What's going on YouTube? Pistol Pete here with another review on one of my favorite manufacturers, Cold Steel. And today I'm bringing you the SR1 Lite. And this one's the, I guess you call it drop point or clip point. And we'll start with just some of the specs on this. It's 6.9 ounces. It has a 4-inch blade. 4-inch blade length. It's almost 5 millimeters thick. It says 4.8 millimeters thick with over a 5-inch handle and over 9.25 inch in length, total length, including the handle. Grivex style handle. And it is the blade steel is 8CR 14 MOV, Taiwan. You see that there. And I gotta tell you, man, I'm loving this thing. I mean, I know everyone has their opinion on, folders. It's almost like, everyone has their style, right? I mean, no one wears the same type of clothes. No one wants the same type of build. No one wants the same type of woman. We'll have our own taste, our own styles. And for some reason, this one to me calls to me. I love it. I freaking love it. This is a mid-grade. This is a mid-grade cold steel, right? This is a budget cold steel, right? This isn't the lowest they make, but isn't the highest. I actually picked this one up for 40 bucks on eBay. And let me tell you, the handle, of course, it's not the most ergonomic handle, but it feels really good in the hand. The grip is awesome. The blade thickness is right up I love that blade thickness. And yeah, the people talk crap on the steel, the 8CR 14 MOV steel. I know Cold Steel does awesome heat treat on these things. And this I mean, look at the grind marks on this thing. I mean, it's perfect for the price point for 40 bucks. I mean, they did an amazing job for the price. I mean, you cannot beat that. For the price, that is a steal. I mean, a steal and a steal. And you know what? I personally have no gripes with this steel, I know a lot of people want, the best steel there is and stuff that has, an edge retention, I can use this all day and then run it through the work sharp or, any type of sharp, even a pull through sharpener. And this thing sharpens right back up to paper cutting razor sharp. So for me, I know people do let me cut the rope 1,000 times to see, compared to higher grade steels, it cut it 500 times less. But I mean, come on. And realistically, when you use this in a day, you're not going to be freaking cutting 1,000 pieces, unless that's your job and it calls for it. And even that, it'll do it. And you get back home and you clean it up. And yes, a thinner blade would cut more accurate cuts, more quicker, easier slicing, less resistance. Yeah, I agree with that. But this thing is a freaking tank. I mean, this thing will do anything, Tell you the truth, and I like this one so much, and the quality so much of this, for me, again, this is talking for me, because I know everyone has their own opinions. For me, it fits in the pocket perfectly for me. I mean, it feels good in the pocket. For me, I'm one of those guys that I don't want it to be too light, where I don't even know I have it in my pocket. The stuff I do, throughout the day, and even when I go to the gym and work out, I don't want things falling out. It has a clip to use, but a lot of times I just throw it in my pocket. I don't use the clip. Very rarely I'll use the clip myself. But you can use a clip. But for me, it doesn't have to be extremely light. I kind of like to know that I have something. I don't want it to be too heavy and to pull my pants down. But at the same time, I like knowing that I have something in my pocket. And being this thick and something this reliable, and of course, triad lock system. This thing's no wiggle at all. This blade's solid. I mean, it's just a beast of a blade. And I mean, this thing folds easy. And this is one of the only blades too, because the blade's so thick and so heavy, other than the big folders, one of the only regular, I won't call this small, but one of the regular size 4-inch blade folders where it's this easy to freaking flick out the blade. I don't have to use my thumb or nothing. I mean, and if you do use the thumb, even the thumb, easy. Reverse deployment. I mean, this thing comes out like lightning fast. I mean, the movement of this blade and the smoothness of this on this pivot here is, man, it's awesome. It's awesome. No drag at all. I mean, if you just go slow, obviously it's not gonna open up in your pocket or anything, but I mean, that's how smooth the action is. I mean, it comes out, I mean, with authority. And I mean, and when it clicks open, look at, when it clicks open, it clicks open. I mean, you know that sucker's locked in position. It ain't going nowhere with that triad lock. Man, I'm a big fan. I've been using this one now. I've been carrying this one a lot. And another good thing, which I'd have to say, for me is a positive, you know, in my opinion, for a budget blade, I mean, for me, I love the big expensive ones with the higher grade steels and the G10 handles and, you know, the all the bells and whistles. But at the end of the day, I would hate to lose that or jack that one up. You know, if I'm out on a hard day of work and I'm doing construction, I'm doing whatever, I'm, you know, messing around and this falls in my pocket and I lose it, yeah, it sucks, but I'm losing $40. Now, if if I was out and about and, you know, and I dropped this one out of my pocket, the Espada, and this is even the more economical version, not even the expensive one. This one still, you can't even find this anymore, but when you did find this, it's over $100. And if you drop this out of your pocket, and you're like, man, you're gonna be bummed out for a while. You know, you're gonna be like, man, I freaking lost a badass blade, you know? And no one wants to lose, you know, an expensive blade. And on top of that, using this, yeah, it's a really nice quality. I mean, it's gonna be really hard to really jack this up, but you're gonna be more ginger with this. You're not gonna go as crazy as you would with this tank of a knife. And if you lose it, it's $40. Go get another one. I mean, or if you break it, which I doubt you'll break that. Look at that. I mean, even with the Espada, look at that. I mean, it's crazy. And this is a big, huge knife, and this is you know, small. But look how thick that blade is. It's crazy. I mean, you're not gonna break this. I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna break this. I mean, unless you're doing something really stupid with it. I mean, you know, and again, and one thing about a budget blade, like I said, with this one, I don't mind using this. I don't mind, you know, if I have to dig in the dirt with this, whatever, dude, to clean it up and it's good to go. Sharpen it back up and you're ready to roll. And you're not worried about damaging $200 knife, $150 knife, $300 knife. You're damaging maybe a $40 knife that, you know, that if you had to, you could replace it and, you know, with just working a couple hours of overtime or something, you know. So that's why I like these budget. And I like this one so much. I'm gonna get the Tanto style one. I'm gonna get the Tanto blade probably next. And maybe even the SR1, because these are the SR1 lights, mind you. So I might get the SR1 next. But, you know, and again, like I said, it's not the most ergonomical handle. It's not the most best steel or nothing like that. But again, you're talking cold steel. You're talking 4 millimeters thick. Actually 4.8 millimeters thick. Great heat treat. Never had any issues with cold steel. This one came out of the freaking box super, super sharp. Cutting through boxes, shaving hair, everything, cold steel, right? So when it comes to these folders, the grip to me is awesome. You know, it has slight jimping there on the back, you know, and it's not great, but it works. Great feel to the handle. That grip is, I mean, it's super, super grippy on that Grivex handle, you know. And the only one I brought out to compare it with would be the Voyager. So here's the Voyager. This is just a large, you know, so it's about the same, you know, pretty good comparison here. But man, look at that thickness. And yes, the Voyager does have better steel. This is the Oz 10A steel. So yeah, it's better steel. Probably holds an edge a lot longer. And again, budget friendly. But this one here will run you about $55. So about $15 less, $10 less for this one. And, you know, mind you, both of these I wouldn't mind. I still use both of these, and I love both of them. I mean, the ergonomics on this feel a little better in the hand, a little bit better in hand, but this one is hard to fling open. This one, I think because of the thinness of the blade, it's not as easy to flip open as this one. This one's a little easier. But just something about this one, like I said, and this one's an awesome knife, don't get me wrong. I love this one too. I use this one a lot. But for some reason, there's something about this thick, big SR1 light blade, or just the SR1, of course, probably the same. It's exactly the same, just with better steel and better components. And I think, you know, better handle material. But I love it. I love the shape of it. I mean, I like it better than this. And this one, of course, you know, this one's actually better for, my wife loves the bigger one, the large version of this one for meal prepping. She loves it for chopping up vegetables and meat and everything else. Prepared, hey, let me borrow that the big Voyager. So pretty much that's her knife now. But this one I carry, you know, and I like the handle feels a little better in this one. Obviously more ergonomical, you know, on this one here. But on this one, I don't know, something about it. The look of it, the feel of it, it feels like quality. I mean, this one too, But and it's funny because this one is made with good materials too, even better steel for the blade. But for this one, just for the feel of it, it just feels like, man, it feels so great in the hand. And I mean, flips open like no other. Rolls, I mean, super smooth, super tight lockup. No blade. I mean, this thing feels like you could stab through a freaking cement table, which is not really, but I mean, it just feels just super solid. So like I said, I got the Tanto coming, and then I might even have to get the SR1, just the standard SR1. I really like it, and it's not too heavy. For me, I'm a big dude, and this thing, I don't wear skinny jeans or nothing like that. And this is actually not too, for 6.9 ounces. I mean, I don't mind carrying something like this in my pocket. It's manageable for me. It's nothing too crazy, I mean, again, let's go back to the Espada. I carry this on a regular basis a lot too, and look at and even this to me is not that bad. This to me is not crazy. It's not a something that bothers me in my pocket. So this right here feels like nothing, and me being a big dude, and this knife, it just feels awesome. Like I said, I really like it. For a budget blade that I can use and not worry about breaking, and if it breaks, I know there's plenty of places that I can get it from for a great price. And it's just, man, this thing is just, like I said, I love to deploy. Even left-handed, I'm not left-handed, and even left-handed, it just deploys freaking great with this simple little flick, not even using the thumb stud. And it's just a all-around bitchin' blade. I love it. All right, YouTube, I have another one coming up soon, and it's going to be another good one, and we'll review that one probably on Friday. I'll do that one. So all right, please like and subscribe, and until next knife.